and welcome to the podcast. So every single Sunday, I go live with my mum and me. So there's absolutely no editing. Like, this is literally live. So if you want to join us one day, you totally can. I always go live at around about, it's supposed to be 12 o'clock Mountain Time, but sometimes it's like 11:30 and sometimes it's 12 o'clock. Today it's 11:48 we've gone live.
What?
You're like, it's not. Okay, so my mum's in the UK. What time is it in the UK, Mum?
1850.
1850.
Yeah.
6:50. It's nearly 7 o'clock in the evening for my mum. What have you done? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I've been doing tiling. And I tried to cut, and it's shattered, so I just tiled everything without cutting. So I'll fathom that out some other time.
What, have you done your whole thing apart from the edges?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll show you.
You need to show us.
I better put the light on because it's very dark. It's dark.
I need to turn the light on. It's very dark. So just to give a bit of a backstory, my mum loves to do decorating. And she is currently tiling her fire. Well, what do you call it? A mantelpiece? Is it a mantelpiece? Wow. Okay, hold it in one spot. Don't move and keep just, that's great. Are you going all the way down with it, Mum?
So I've just got to cut all the little bits and the side bits. But I've had to put that there so they wouldn't fall down.
Wow. So the trouble that my mum's having right now is she needs to cut them. So at the end there, she needs to cut it. And she's got an angle grinder.
I put this here to hold that there and did it all along here. Just make sure that they're all...
That looks cool though, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm really impressed with it.
Did you say you're taking it all the way down? You're taking it all the way down to the floor, yeah?
Well, to the skirting board, yeah. We have skirting boards here, don't we?
So what was the middle bit? What was the part at the middle there with the bits of wood for? Just to make it all level?
Yeah, it was just stopping. Well, I needed something to... so it wouldn't slip down, you know, the tiles wouldn't slip down.
Oh.
So I had to put all the books there and everything.
Oh, you've got them little bits.
Yeah, and my table. That was my table. I've got some books underneath.
That's how you're holding everything up. That's hilarious.
I've just got everything rammed, everything's underneath it to keep it all. So, you know, when I need it to think of them, I can take it all away, and then I'll have to cut all these out. Then I'll probably have to put all this back under it again so it won't slip.
I know, eh? No, maybe you might get away with them little bits because when you're sticking them on, I don't think they're going to weigh as much.
Yeah, but the mortar slippy. You know, it's like slippy, like
yeah.
Runny. So that's that.
Mum.
Yay! Yeah, I need to get one for myself, actually. A trumpet.
When somebody does something amazing on this channel, we blow the trumpets. Oh, I have somebody new here. Okay, Roberta's here. Hi, Roberta.
Hi, Roberta.
We love you, Roberta. And we have another lady on called Georgia.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, with the chit chat and the giggling, let's go. Let's giggle. Oh, we always giggle. We always giggle here.
So what are you up to? Is anybody up to anything? Roberta, what are you doing?
Okay, Roberta, what quilt are you doing this week? So Roberta's just said that you're so talented and that wall is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
She is talented. She likes to do her own decorating. Is this as much as what you've pushed yourself so far with regards to decorating? Like, you've never done tiling before, have you?
No. I haven't, no.
So I'm wondering, like, how you can go about, like, finding out, like, so either you need to have a good look on YouTube for some more, like, better tutorials, or, I don't know, go into that shop again and ask them.
I might go into the shop again and ask them, maybe. I'll have a look. I'll have another look, because it's like, I don't know, it's like trying to find a decent one on YouTube. For the ones I was looking at, it's like, I don't know, they just didn't show me enough stuff, really.
Have you ever looked at, like, because you used to like watching like Property Brothers and stuff like that, have they not got anything on their YouTube channels about like tiling?
I don't know. I've not really thought about looking at something like that. I might just have to go into that shop again and ask their opinion on it, and take a tile with me and show them what it is. Because he asked me, he did
I'll
ask
tell
me.
you what, just take all the tiles, right? Take all the tiles that need cutting and go, like, I can't get this straight line on these. And then just go, can you just show me again? Just keep on doing it until you do it for you.
That's a good idea. Just show me again.
That's so bad. What was that?
Just show me that again with this other one.
Just flutter your eyes a little bit, going, I'm sorry, like, could you show me again?
Oh, dear.
Oh, and then, like, I got a shout out on Instagram. I've not posted on Instagram for like the longest time, and then I started noticing, like, so-and-so is following you, so-and-so is following you, and like so-and-so has liked a picture, so-and-so has done this, and I was getting loads of tags, and they're like, what is going on with the Instagram account? So I went and had a look at my Instagram. Someone had done my bookmark tutorial. I'm doing you now. The bookmark tutorial that I did. So basically it was a square, and then you put it on the side of your page, and I'm like, oh okay then. And then I was like, but where did that come from? So I started digging, and it turns out that Cotton+Steel, the fabric company, and I've got a few different fabrics from Cotton+Steel actually, because there was remember when I did I had a client that wanted a zipper pouch with squirrels on it. Do you remember the squirrel pouch that I did? Yeah. And it looked like it had a little tear on it. Do you remember that one? That's Cotton+Steel. So a lot of their kind of like fabrics are kind of quirky actually. Actually, a lot of their fabrics are a lot of like what I would actually draw. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe I should show them Fred the Frog and get some pattern like printed with them.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, yeah. I was like, oh, okay then. So Cotton+Steel, little old me, they gave me a shout out because like they were saying like, oh, you know, because I think I'd used their fabric on the tutorial because it had cats on it. And when I went digging into their like website, I found out that was their actual that was their fabric that I used. So that's probably why they were promoting my YouTube channel, because I used their fabric. So yeah, I gave Cotton+Steel a shout out on my Instagram page. So Guess I'm giving them a shout out on this page as well. And no, I've not been paid or sponsored. I'm just doing this because they shouted at me. They shouted at me. No, they didn't shout at me. They shouted me. They gave me a shout out. Oh my goodness. I can't get my words out. I'm excited.
That was brilliant, though, wasn't it? That was brilliant.
So Roberta said that she's working on a quilt called City Sampler. It's a book of a mug. Actually, City Sampler, isn't that like a Tula Pink? I'm sure Tula Pink did a City Sampler. You have to let me know if it's Tula Pink. Because she did there's loads of different blocks and you join them all together and then you put a border in between. It's very like little pieces to it.
All right.
What else are you doing, Mum?
Well, I did do a little bit on that.
Your top's cute.
Oh, thank you.
Your top's cute.
Thank you.
It's cute.
So I started on me, what's it as well? That way, isn't it? Look. I've sewn him on. I did that by hand, though, that.
It's cute.
And I sewed them on, just in the yellow.
Do you know what I should have done is put you on speaker view.
So I've sewn them down, but I've not put them down. And I've done that. And do you see this door?
Yeah.
So that's what I've done on that so far.
So you've done that with a decorative stitch, haven't you? It looks like, zoom back in on the stitch again. It looks like a
Yeah.
I like that stitch.
It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah. How have you done your leaf? Can I have a look at your leaf?
I just did it all wacky, really. Didn't do anything special.
You should have done your free motion quilting on it. You should have lowered your feed dogs and you should have done what I do. So I've been trying my hand. Yeah, Roberta says it is Tula Pink. See, I knew it. I'm going to change my camera angle so you can see what I'm working on. Change camera. Hi, Beverly. How are you? I've got a new person on.
Oh, hello.
I am doing a string quilt in the illusion. I'm doing a string quilt in the illusion. Trying to use up the scraps. I know. Tell me about. I'm trying to use scraps as well. And look what I've done. Roberta's going to be ever so proud of me.
Oh.
So I've started doing some English paper piecing.
All right.
So this is the first part that I did. So this actually came with one of my magazines. So if you ever want to try anything like English paper piecing or something like that, or like a new skill, always look out for your quilting magazines. And in them quilting magazines, you'll often find like freebies. Like, I'll be honest with you, I generally don't buy a magazine if there isn't a freebie. And in here, there was like 240 paper pieces. So these ones are a bit better than some of the other ones. These are a kind of a thicker cardstock for doing, because I found that I have these other that came with me a magazine. Do you have any questions, Bob?
I do.
Like, no. These ones also came with a magazine, but they're really flimsy, and I find when you use a bit of a thicker cardstock or a thicker quality paper, it's easier to get the fabric around. Anybody else that has done paper piecing, do you prefer like a thin piece or like I mean, these are so pretty and everything, but I wish they just would have made it just thicker and white.
Yeah, I actually thought that was a piece of fabric.
No, it's a piece of paper.
Oh,
so they came with like hexagons and triangles, this one. But this one is actually for an actual pattern. So this one came with hexagons and like these kind of like small diamond shapes. Now, I did used to have a glue stick that was from a actual fabric company, fabric company, fabric, whatever. And it was a glue stick that was literally for fabric and stuff, but it dried out. And I was kind of surprised by that. I didn't think that I had to buy the glue for the fabric and actually have to use it more or less straight away. Do you know what I mean? When I buy something like that, I expect, I can come and go, like, as I please. So anyway, I just started using just a regular glue stick. So anybody else who does English paper pieces, let me know. Do you just use a regular glue stick? Because I just thought, I don't want to go out. I'm too cold. It started snowing. And I'm just going to use a regular glue stick. So this one's an all-purpose glue stick. I don't know. Am I supposed to use like washable glue? Like what kind of glue? Anyway, so I'm going to, as I'm talking to my mum today, I'm going to continue doing some work. And you guys are just going to watch me as we're talking.
Oh.
What do you think of that setup? So basically you get to see how I'm doing something live, and we can have a bit of a natter while we're at it. See, my Englishness is coming out again. A bit of a natter. We'll have a bit of natter. So I'm just going to get my glue and I'm just going to put it on like this end here. And basically I just keep my 5-inch squares. And I really think you would love this. I honestly think this is for you. And I don't know whether, because I've got like a cutting machine. I'm not going to name the brand, but there's several cutting machines on the market that you can go and buy offline, and at craft stores and stuff. They're like between $200 to $500. I think you get which machines I'm talking about, and they're for like crafters and stuff. So you can use one of their machines to actually cut out your pieces. So I don't know, I'm thinking about doing this for my mum, cutting a load of pieces out, setting them in the paper and saying, here you go, do some English paper piecing, Mum.
So do you know when you do fix them all together then, do you leave the paper inside?
That's the part that I think you're supposed to take it out. You are supposed to take it out. There's my scissors. They are supposed to come out. That's future Cassie's problem. Present Cassie's problem is just like sewing them together right now. But you are supposed to take them out because, have you noticed here on the back side? Like, I don't want to take it out just yet, but I'm wondering whether that's why you use like a wash away glue. I'm going to try and take them out some way or another. I'll figure it out when I come to it. Do you know what? I'm so sick of worrying about things. I don't know if anybody else is the same as me, but like, seriously, of all the things in my life that I want to worry about, I'm not going to worry about a piece of card in a hexagon shape. I've just decided.
Well, would you not iron it down and then just tack it? Then you can take all the tacking out.
The tacking, I've tried the tacking before. And I found that when I've tried to tack, because some people will go in and just tack all the way down around here. But I find that this gives you a cleaner edge. I think it gives you a much cleaner edge. Hey, it's a learning curve. If there is a problem later on, then I can tell you guys, yeah, don't do that.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, I know you. I mean, would you not tack it down? Do you know, around the edge? No, I don't mean right at the edge, because you've got to sew all that down, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all about tacking around. You know, like I would iron that down now.
So I would, if that was me, I would iron that down now. I did iron them down when it came like right at the very end. I'll show you 1 second. I need to watch because this camera automatically zooms in and out, which is kind of annoying. Now, I want the big debate of the English paper, because this seems to like, everybody has their opinion on English paper piecing, is what I found out. It's like if you like Marmite or not.
Yeah.
So, what was that? So I'm reading some comments here. One of my guild members uses regular glue sticks. I put a dab on the back of the fabric, it holds on the paper, then baste around it. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I've been watching some YouTube videos. So this is one. See how crisp it looks? So then I would press that down now with an iron. And then I'm just going to do some of these small ones.
Well, they're fiddly, aren't they?
just a little. This is why I'm doing it while I'm on camera. Don't you just love doing these things live, just so they can all mess up and everybody can watch you? I'm like, Mum, next week you have to do something live, and you're gonna be like, no. I want you to show everybody how to do tiling live.
No.
No. Oh. So I don't know whether this is something I'm doing wrong, like having oversized shapes at the get-go, or whether you're supposed to like cut them. I think I did cut them a little bit before I folded them over. There you go. I have wonder clips flying all over the place.
But do you know, like, when you do the try and get the paper off them, would when you put an iron on top of it, would it sort of like melt it a bit so you could take them off? Take it off?
Not sure. Believe me, this is just this is only like cheap glue. It can't be that sticky. Do you know what? Do you know when you want something to stick right? It never sticks. But when you don't want it to stick, is it going to be one of them situations?
Probably.
So Beverly says that she's sewing while she's watching me. So that's the whole point, see? Pretend that you're like with a load of women on one of your retreats. This is.
So what's Beverly making?
Beverly's making a quilt. I think she says she's done paper piecing. She said that Beverly's the one that's doing the string quilt in the illusion, which sounds very intriguing.
It does, doesn't it?
She's a knitter as well. She's knitted a sweater. See, I'm super jealous of people that can knit. I never took hold of knitting.
I've always wanted to do a bit of crocheting, but I don't know, I just couldn't get the hang of that. My mum tried teaching me and she just did it too quickly. She was just too fast. Saying to slow down, she couldn't.
What, did she just speed up?
Yeah.
She's like, keep up with me then, keep up.
Yeah.
Roberta also says that she's jealous. She says she knits too tight to make a sweater. All I knit are dishcloths. See, do you know all I ever knitted? All I ever knitted was scarves. It's like, how many scarves does one person need in their life?
Well, it should keep you warm at this time of year.
I guess. Oh, another thing that I did is kind of addicted to Amazon right now. It's ridiculous. And during their Prime days, just this last week, I went ahead and I ordered myself an AccuQuilt. Does anybody have an AccuQuilt? Let me know. Beverly said that she knits too loose.
Oh, yeah.
And she says she does also knit dishcloths. We made sponge cloths, didn't we, Mum?
Yeah.
Well, you made it.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if it worked.
I should do a YouTube video on that, shouldn't I?
Have you still got it?
No, it goes a bit ratty after a while, so you have to garbage it to make a new one.
I just wanted to know if it worked or not. You know, I still haven't made my. So I was going to make one for myself, but I still haven't got around to doing that.
Well, you've made you knit things, don't you? You've knitted some stuff with like kiddie stuff.
Yeah, I used to knit your dresses and things. Made you a little suit. Yeah, a little zip on it, and I put that what's that fluffy stuff around the hood? What's it called, that stuff?
That's too funny because I knit really tight, and Beverly says she knits loose. Roberta says she knits too tight. Do you knit tight, Mum?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm not quite sure if it's tight or what. I don't think it really.
See, Beverly's like so good at this. So she does socks, mittens, hats. See?
Oh wow!
Isn't that cool?
Gosh, yes, socks and especially mittens as well. They have thumbs in. Be things with thumbs.
Cats can't wear mittens.
They have thumbs.
Revolve around a cat, Mum.
Can you imagine
Beverly says that she's got a go cutter machine that helps me to cut material in different shapes. Yeah, I ordered a go, I think it's called a Go Me. So I can do any shape up to I think anything up to like 6 inches. Because I thought, well, there's no point in me getting the bigger one because I've never made quilt blocks any bigger than 6-inch quilt blocks before now. So what do you think about it, Beverly? Do you like your AccuQuilt? It's coming today, mine. I was hoping it was going to come before the live, but it didn't.
So did you get the material with that in the thing, or is this your own material fabric?
This is my own material. The material's my own. It's a load of scraps that I've got that I'm trying to use. I'm trying to use my scrap fabric as well. So guys, just let you know, in my YouTube videos coming up, there is going to be a bunch of videos on how to use scrap fabrics. And then this one is super cute this week. And it's going to be a really good one for like little ones to do. So if you've got grandkids or kids of your own, great little scrappy project for them to do. And it's Christmas themed because I thought, you know, kind of got Christmas coming up.
I don't recognise the blue fabric you've got there.
This one here.
Yeah.
This was from when I made the footstool. I'll show you later. Sophia's now taken to sitting on it at last.
Oh, really? That's taken her a while.
Tell you have to have something for like, what? Generally, it has to take them like a year for them to blooming sit on something that I've made them.
Oh.
It's like we don't quite trust it.
You look like little kites then, don't they?
Look like what?
Kites.
Tights.
Kites. Those kites, the things
Oh, I thought you said tights. Who's wearing tights? Roberta said, so Beverly says that she started knitting at around 11 and haven't stopped, and now she's over 60. Wow.
Oh, wow. I started knitting at school. I used to get holes in everything.
You used to get holes in everything?
Yeah, because you used to, you know, when you drop a stitch. But that's how you start learning how to go back. You undo it, then you go back and pick it up again.
Oh, so even if you've dropped a stitch, you can still repair it?
Yeah, that's if you notice it in time.
But even if it's on the same row?
I mean,
what happens
sometimes
if it's on a different row and you notice it?
You don't notice till you've done a few like rows sometimes. Especially when you're younger and you learn it. You say, oh, I've got a hole. Why have I got a hole? I didn't make a bottom hole. So it's like it's sort of like when you see what I mean? It's like when you do mistakes, you learn how to do something. You learn how to rectify it.
I know, and that's the really I don't understand why people I don't know. I'm a perfectionist. I don't like making mistakes, but at the end of the day, I think you do have to make a mistake because, like you said, you find ways of correcting things. Or because do you remember when I was first sewing? And I used to throw everything in the garbage, and yeah, it's not the way to learn. You used to pull it out. I remember when I did that first quilt, and I decided that I wasn't going to throw it, because it all went into a complete mess, and I had to pull all the free motion quilts out. That was the first thing that I decided, no, I'm not going to garbage this. I'm going to make it right.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the part. So I've got my 4 pieces. So basically we're going to sew them So it wound up being like this.
Oh.
Isn't it nice?
Mm.
So I've just got this is the world's smallest eye on this needle. Like, it's tiny. So the basis is I have an AccuQuilt. It's sitting in my closet. I also have a design quilt. It's sitting beside the AccuQuilt. Oh my goodness, Roberta. She's basically saying that she never uses it.
Oh.
It wasn't that big of an investment, if I'm honest, because at first I was looking at the most expensive AccuQuilt, because you know what I'm like, Mum, oh, go all in. I thought, you know what? No, I'm not going there. I've got the smallest one, the cheapest one. And then I just thought, well, if it doesn't end up being for me, then I've not invested too much on it. So what I do here is, and what I've noticed is I want to save time when I'm doing my English paper piece in A. So I think, okay, so I'm not going to start here and go out, because you basically are at the end of the stitch, aren't you? You're better off starting here, work your way in, and then when you've stitched these two together, you're now in the right place now to go and stitch down, so you don't have to take your thread out. Well, I don't take my thread out anyway. I kind of jump across. But I thought that was a good thing. Like, stop creating more work for yourself when you don't have to, kind of thing. So I just like throw a wonder cup in there. And here's one thing that I didn't know. And so I'm going to go through some of the things that I didn't realise when I was doing this. I need to find the camera angle. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to change the camera angle so you just see in my video, actually. 1 second. To speaker view. What I noticed is at this end point here, I wasn't tying it off. Can you see? There you go. So go back in on itself and tie it, just like you would tie. So you've got a knot in there at the end.
Yeah.
And then go back in again and do another one. That isn't what I remember when I was saying to you a couple of weeks ago, I can't do English paper pieces.
Yeah.
These are some of the struggles I had, I think. So here we go. And then I don't want to knot. There we go. Just you watch, I've gone into the knot, haven't I? I have. 1 second. So this is another thing. If you have your threads too long,
I know. They always stop.
It knots on you.
It does, yeah.
And I've got a funny feeling I've got elmer glue all over my finger as well. There you go. So what I'm going to do is just cut them off. And then remember, I said, oh, I didn't know how I was doing my stitching, like go in and out, in and out, in and out along here. No, you kind of do have to go in from the back and out from the front.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm going to go in here. And out. And another thing I was doing wrong last time as well is, so I've got 10 million things right near me, and I'm trying to keep my camera angle so you guys can see what I'm doing. they say that your stitches need to be about 1/8 of an inch apart. So basically, you do have to do some tight stitches to put, to stitch these things together. That's another thing I was doing wrong. Butterfly on my wall is in the house.
Oh, hello. And how was your little wing?
Hi, girl. Right, okay, so I was thinking about you last week, and we didn't stay on long enough, I don't think. How are you? Butterfly on the wall she had a little tumble. Well, not a little tumble, because she went all out and really hurt herself.
So how is it now? How's colouring gone?
I think she has to do a little bit of typing before I see. So Beverly says that she uses Beverly says she uses a crochet hook to pick up stitches, Mum.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm not that like into that, and I know I've heard of people doing that before.
Roberta says the YouTube show Fibre Hustle. I love them two guys. I've told you about Fibre Hustle guys, Mum. They're so funny. Oh my word.
Oh, them two lads you want about.
Yeah, them two guys that I listen to. Oh my words, they're a laugh a minute. We would get on with them too. I would love to do a collab with them too. Sorry, I interrupted you. Do you know, I had a word with my mum this morning, and they're like, do you know, Mum, you are supposed to say something on the show and not just sit there just staring at the screen. And my mum goes, I would do, but I can't get a bloody word in edgeways with you going on.
Now what you're doing, so now you're doing that, is that I get really intrigued about it, what you're doing. Mind you, I could, because I don't know about doing this. I could do with this. I could do with doing this sewing around this flower, actually, couldn't I? Because I won't mind doing it by hand rather than doing it on the machine.
You just have I just given you some motivation to do some sewing?
Yeah, well, why do I don't have to do this on the machine. It's my cushion. I can do what I want with it.
Yeah, of course you can. So I just opened this up. Look, Mum, look at this one.
Oh, that's nice. That's really neat. Very neat. I thought, well, if everybody else is doing it,
and I don't see the stitch. Like, I do see the stitches. It was funny because I was watching a bit of Tula Pink stuff the other day, and she turned around and she goes, "If you're after perfection, then don't bother. Like, if you can see your stitches, who cares? Nobody cares if you can see your stitches. Move on with life."
Well,
so,
yeah.
Gonna do this next
I thought, well,
part.
everybody else sat there doing some. I'm gonna do some.
Everybody's sewing, Mum, apart from you.
Hello.
So the Bible Hustle has a couple of quilts and the other knit and crochets. Yeah, I know. Like, one of them quilts and the other one knits and crochets. I get jealous of his knitting too. Like, he's good. That guy is good. So a shout out to Fibre Hustle if you've never seen it. It's a good podcast. I'm not quite sure. I think he only does it. They only do them like once a month, I think. They don't do them every week like us.
All right. Okay.
So Butterfly on the Wall says, my wing is getting better. Oh,
Oh, good. I'm glad about that.
Aww.
Is it sore?
She said I can actually put... Oh, she says I can actually put on my glasses and use it a bit. Thanks for asking. Aww. What I want to know is, have you learnt your lesson? Slow down. I'm guilty of that, though, rushing about and stuff.
I think we all are sometimes, aren't we? You get that, you have that much to do, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you what I do all the time. It's really stupid. Honestly, I think I've got arms like Mr. Tickle or something. And like I'll walk from one room into another room, and I always have the tendency of like wafting my hands about and smacking them on something. I've no idea what's up with me. I walked into the bottom of the bed the other day and smacked my foot on it.
Oh God, that's horrible. That hurts. That.
It did.
It's taken me
it's
back.
one of them pains that really goes right through, through your whole body, Joe, when you smack your toe on something.
It does, doesn't it? It does.
So we all just sat here now sewing.
I think so, yeah. It's just taken me about 5 minutes to thread that needle.
I'm telling you, the eye of this needle that I'm using is like tiny.
It's because it's a very fine needle, isn't it? That sounds of it.
So Beverly wants to know where we're from. So we're both from a place called Lancashire in the UK and a town called Blackpool. Now, if you've ever watched the programme Coronation Street, it's generally the place that they go on holiday to.
Yeah.
Isn't
It is, yeah. Why? I don't know, because it's like only down the road. About half an hour.
It's kind of like...
About an hour, isn't it? About an hour away, I think.
I think they did try to make it the Las Vegas of the UK, but I think Brighton's probably maybe going to be it, isn't it? Like, why would it be Blackpool?
I think maybe they're trying to make it...
I moved to Canada. And my mum is still in the UK. I need to wear So when I came to the end here, I tied it off again. Do you like the knot?
Yeah.
So it's tied off at the front and it's tied off at the back. And then when you open it out again, it looks really cool. Look at that, Mum.
Oh, it's lovely. It's pretty, isn't it?
And then I iron it again, just flat down once it's all done. So I'm going to have to see what happens. I always get knots in my thread.
I know.
How do I get a knot right up there? Look.
I know.
It's kind of irritating. Where are you from, Beverly? I think it said, you're in Canada, aren't you? Did I say Canada? Newfoundland. She's a newfie.
All right. How far away is that?
Beverly, you and me are the Canadians.
So how far
Did you say,
that?
where's that, Mum?
Yeah, how far is that?
Newfoundland is like way to the east of Canada. They sound Irish.
Oh, really?
I think a lot of the people that moved there was probably from Ireland.
From Ireland. Oh. I love that accent.
It's like a fishing, seaside-y kind of place. Looks very pretty.
Oh, great. That sounds lovely. I love Ireland anyway. Because of that as well, you know, it's been on the coast and that, it's beautiful. So is Butterfly on the Wall sewing? Are you all right for sewing?
She says, yes, it's still sore and achy. I'm just anxious to get back to life. I bet you are. I nearly got on the stepladder today to try and finish the room I was working on. The hubs had a fit. I'll try and behave. I don't think you can be trusted with stepladders, you go. She wants to know what you're working on, Mum.
I'm doing the pillowcase. Well, a pillowcase. I mean, the cushion cover. I was going to buy a new cushion, but I felt like my daughter was going to have a go at me. She's saying, "You can make it. You can make it." I'll show her. Well, she can see, can't she? Did she see?
I'm going to try not to talk because every time I talk, it changes over to me again. All right, go on, just explain what you're doing and it'll go back over to you again.
All right. I wanted something with that was quirky. So I just designed this. But I still need to find out how I'm going to do like his wings. So I'm sewing it down by hand now. Because if I'd started doing the sewing machine, it's going to make a crazy noise, isn't it? And I like sewing by hand. I've always had a thing about sewing by hand.
It is nice, isn't it? Do you know what? I was doing this just before. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is meditation. What you're doing here is meditation.
When I used to make clothes, I used to make my own clothes. I used to cut them out one night and get it all sorted one evening, and then start sewing it. And I used to sew it by hand. Because when your dad worked away from home, I don't know, then he came home with a treadle machine for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody, because he used to work on the removals and that. And you know, when people were like going away to, you know, like going abroad to live and things, people used to give things away. He used to get like, you say, "Oh, do you want this? Do you want that?"
What did you do with the machine?
What do you mean? What did they do with it?
Because you should have been able to have changed the track on it. Because a treadle machine doesn't need anything. It's like just powered by your foot, yeah?
Yeah.
And if something goes wrong with it, I think it's just the belt that needs replacing.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened with that at the end. I think he got me another one that was electric.
So you just garbaged it? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know I can't remember what I did with it. I really can't. I don't know.
The absolute shame.
I know.
So both on the wall says, no, everything is displaced. My machines and all my sewing room is piled in another room. She says it's adorable what you're doing with your little your flowers and your bumblebee, Mum.
Flowers, the daisies.
Sorry, daisies.
Yes, the daisies. I had to, because I wanted some.
Do you want to hear something funny? She just said that she's obviously not a good wing consultant because she's hurt herself. So you shouldn't be asking her about what kind of wings to put on a bumblebee.
Oh, right. No. I don't know.
I still think it would look really cool if you got some sort of iridescent. Do you like Gatsby's bumblebee?
Yes, yeah, I know. I'm sure I've got some. I've still not had a look. So I'm just doing the blanket stitch on these days.
See, Roberta's with me, so that's why I like to hand sew. It's so relaxing. I can just zone out. And I found that before, because I was like, I don't know what made me do the English paper piecing again. I think some YouTube videos just popped up about it. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a look again to see what I was doing wrong. And I think I know what I was doing wrong. My stitches were too long. My stitches weren't tight enough. And it really makes a huge difference. Your stitches can't be long. You have to make them short.
Yeah.
And I was also that tying off at the beginning and at the end makes a huge difference. I haven't done any hand sewing for a while. I do my hand sewing when I do my quilt binding. I hand sew that down.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really do any hand sewing. But now I'm like, Joe, what, Mum? I was there like, Joe, what I'm going to do is make a zip pouch out of this. Out of all this English paper piecing. And then I was there like, oh, maybe I should do a king size quilt.
Oh no, oh God, not again.
You're like, don't start.
Then you'll end up getting fed up with it. You'll say, I'm fed up with doing this. That's probably why
Roberta has so many projects on the go at the same time.
Yeah.
I think I just punish myself. I'm like, no, you've started this one project. You have to finish this one project. You don't get to go to the fabric store to get some. I don't need to go to the fabric store anyway. I think I've got enough fabric to last me like a lifetime. I hope I'm helping somebody learn how to do English paper piecing. These ladies are very experienced.
It's just nice, isn't it? It is relaxing doing hand sewing. I don't know, just you're concentrating on something. It makes you forget everything else, doesn't it?
It does. My husband started like whistling and they're like, why do you have to make some noise out of the silence? Why can't you just be silent?
no.
Sometimes you're not just like it just being quiet. Why does the void always have to be filled with something with some people? I don't understand.
I know, this is why I like living on my own.
Is that what it is?
The other thing is as well, it's like there's always some kind of a noise. Everything makes a noise, doesn't it?
We're going to sound like such whiners in a minute.
No, but if you think about it, it doesn't matter. There's always something in the background that's got to make a noise. I mean, I don't mind.
Well, my laptop's doing it right now, not with you. But like the fan on it.
The what on it?
Fan.
The fan.
My phone's listening to my speaking again for some weird reason. So Butterfly on the Wall says, I'm not familiar with paper piecing. What do you do with the paper after you sew? So the paper is supposed to come out.
That's what Cassie needs to know as well.
Yes, that is something that Cassie needs to know.
It's forever going to be in there for Cassie because she's got glued it in.
It is supposed to come out, and the whole idea is that you're not sewing the actual paper, you're literally just biting the end of the fabric, so you're just joining them like a slight bit. You know what I mean? I mean, does it really matter? Does it have to come out?
What are you going to use it as a quilt? What are you going to? I don't know. What are you going to do with it?
I'm not using it as a quilt. I might use it as a bag.
All right.
I might do a tote bag.
I suppose it wouldn't matter then, because it'll give it a bit of stiffness, wouldn't it?
It would give it stiffness, wouldn't it? She's laughing. She was laughing when you turn around, it's Cassie's problem. Oh, what's that problem? There we go. Look at that, Mum.
Ah, it's lovely. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it amazing though? Like just doing this different, that shape, and you're just adding it to another shape and everything, and how it all, I don't know, it's lovely, isn't it? How things just work out, just because it's just a shape.
Because here's some of my other colours. I don't know if I showed you some of my other ones.
Oh, they're all nice, them. Oh, they're gorgeous. I love all of them.
So how's this going to work?
I don't recognise them. Have you bought this since I've been like away? Or something?
And that it's going to look cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I've had these. I did the this one here, the orange one. I did that hexagon clock out of it. Do you remember that clock that I made?
Oh yeah. I
so
don't
these
remember
fabrics have just had for such a long time that I need to just get them used up. So Butterfly on the Wall, is this something you could do led down in safety?
Why just butterfly in the wall? Does she like decorating as well or something? Is that what she was doing? Were you decorating?
No, she was doing something in her sewing room.
Oh, right.
Were you organising your sewing room or something and you took a tumble off your ladder? Everyone's gone quiet.
I know it's been an hour now, hasn't it?
Go on, Mum. Now's your chance. Now's your chance to get your word in.
What word?
Any words. You're like, what word? What word do you want me to say? I did run a couple of polls I should go for.
Pardon?
Go on.
I wish we could see everybody else's work.
Wouldn't that be good?
I know.
I did run a couple of polls. Let me have a look at them. So I asked everybody what content you're interested in seeing from my channel. I'm looking for your thoughts and opinions going into 2021. And then I wrote quilting only, sewing projects and quilting, sewing projects, and then I wrote a box for other, just so if somebody had any other opinions, they could like write it. And
yeah,
it seems like there was so the top one that everyone voted for was sewing projects and quilting, which I'm really happy about actually, because I do want to keep my sewing channel as a sewing and quilting. I just think it just offers me a little bit of a change from time to time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very difficult just to do the same thing over and over, especially as a YouTuber. And especially when you're like mental health is like, and all that. Like I've got to keep myself happy as well as my viewers happy.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
So I really want to be doing content that you guys like, both you guys like, as well as myself as well, because I'm the one that's got to record these things. And see, the live videos are easy. I just literally just like, once I get it all sorted on my computer, I just literally hit record and everything. But the edited ones, you have no idea how long a YouTube video takes. For 1 8-minute video, like I literally put like 2 days of effort into it. So it's a process, it really is. I know, because I heavily edit my YouTube videos, and I only want to show the parts that people want to see. Like you can't really do that with live videos, and the purpose of the live video is that I want the interaction between me and my community, which I don't really get from just doing tutorials. Like I don't ever get to see. Like I would never have known who Roberta was, and I would never have known Butterfly on the Wall and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
And I get to know you guys a lot better when I'm doing doing live videos. And I used to do live videos on my own, like every so often. But they're a little bit boring doing them on their own. So I pulled my mum in.
I they're still boring. They're still boring with your mum in it.
They're not boring. Why are they boring?
No, I'm only joking.
So, no, it's much better with two people. I can't really do it on my own. It's boring. It definitely has to be done with two people. So I'm really happy that some of you guys voted that you wanted sewing as well as quilting videos. So, let me have a look here. So Butterfly on My Wall said, I scraped the popcorn ceiling and was in the process of sanding the ceiling. I stumbled with my step ladder and slammed the wall. My body print is still on the my words. Oh, my words.
Oh, no.
That's awful.
Oh, gosh.
She said, I cleared the room prior because I was remodeling the whole room.
Goodness me.
Roberta says that, so yeah, there you go, Mum. Butterfly on the Wall is a decorator just like you. That's why you connect with each other so well. And Butterfly on the Wall said she was from Texas, I think, and I love Texas.
Oh, is it? Is it good? Is it nice there?
Well, I went to Austin, Texas, and I swear it is the best. The restaurants in Texas, Mum, like you wouldn't believe. Like they have like these they're called like barbecue places, and it's like a restaurant, but they have like smokehouses in the restaurants, hey? So like Joe, when they're doing the barbecue ribs, they smoke the barbecue ribs themselves.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, it's like the food there is amazing. So Roberta, you say that you want to see some tiara-free things. So I have done some tiara-free videos. So I am going to take it a bit further. Is it like the free motion quilting that you want to see? Like what kind of designs you can do? Because that was something I was thinking of going as well, on how to do free motion quilting designs. Let me know. Yeah, I have a tiara-free butterfly on the wall. It's a they call it a mid-arm, and it's a sit-down just for free motion quilting, basically. So when you want to go ahead and do your quilting, you don't have to take it to a long armor. You just like, you do the quilting yourself, which I advocate. Like, you've got to do your own quilting. I love doing my own quilting. I'm getting my hair stuck in the stitches. Is Beverly still on? I'm not quite sure if Beverly's still here.
All right.
Butterfly on the Wall is asking if she does any garment sewing.
I need what, sorry?
Garment sewing. You know what I'm like with garment sewing. She offers something so I can do this, but I can't still sew clothes. Like, what's going on, Mum?
I don't know. It's very bizarre. It is. It's odd. I don't understand it.
So Roberta says yes, designs. I've had mine since May, and my first project is still on the table, half done. So why is it half done, Roberta? Let me know. I need to know, because I need to know, like, why somebody buys a machine like this and you don't get around to using it. What's the problem? What's the actual problem?
What machine? Sorry.
The free motion quilting machine. Do you know the mid-arm?
Oh, right, yeah.
The one that just does the quilting. If the project's been sat there for half of the quilt, she's procrastinating over something. It's something that she's struggling with. I want to know what she's struggling with. Because there's other people like Roberta out there, basically. I know what I struggle with sometimes when I'm sat in front of the free motion quilting machine is like, what am I going to stitch? When I look at the design, what is it I want to do? That's a whole different kettle of fish, other than like I can't do something clever on the machine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you mean, thinking of what kind of a design to do? What kind of a pattern?
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed, especially doing my last quilt that I did, was the fact that if you're doing if you have two different panels and making the free motion quilting go one way and then going another way. So if you've done like something that's more horizontal on one square, go vertical on another square. Do you know, just so it hides dimension? Oh, it shows dimension to the quilt, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than doing it all exactly the same. I'm going to go to some of my other poll questions. I asked a few of them. So I asked quilt patterns I make. Do you make traditional patterns, modern patterns, or traditional and modern? I'm not picky. And basically 80% of everybody that voted said traditional and modern, and they weren't picky, which is kind of cool. At least you know that it's not just the one thing that people generally like to go with. Another one was, if you were describing your quilting pattern abilities, it would be, I'm an expert, I'm an intermediate, I'm a beginner, I've never made a quilt but would like to, or other. And 43% were at the beginner stage. So pretty much most of the people that subscribe to me are either beginners or intermediates.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with the word expert. I have a huge problem with the word expert.
I know, I would expert at, I think you could be expert at anything because there's always something new coming along all the time. Do you know what I mean?
I'm totally with you. I hate anything that implies that like you're never at the top of your game, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you're not.
There's always something to learn. I would never describe myself as an expert. So Roberta says, also I'm trying to come up with a new design. Have you thought about making your own stencil? Do you know that machine that you put away in your cupboard that cuts things? Have you thought about cutting your own stencil?
Oh, right. So would you be able to do your own design on that?
Yep.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
I've thought about doing it. Like Joel with the 10 million other things that I've got on my plate right now. My mum's always there like, oh, just get on with it. What other questions do they have? He's going back to right at the beginning. I have to scroll all the way through again. So when quilting, I mostly create pieced quilts, applique quilts, something that seems quick and easy, or I just like to quilt design. I just like the quilt design. Difficult doesn't bother me. 71% basically said that they like pieced quilts. Oh, this is too funny. So do you remember the one where it says we're making a quilt? I mostly make baby quilts, charity quilts for myself. I don't quilt, or I don't make quilts, I never will. It's overtaken. So it's basically 67% of the people make them for themselves.
Is that too much like hard work to give them away, isn't it?
I know. It is actually.
I mean, it's like when you're buying the fabric and everything, you're choosing the fabric and you're buying it, then it's like all the time that you spent on making it, and you want to give it away. You'd have to love someone, but you'd have to be really special, wouldn't it?
You've had a quilt from me, Mum, so I must really love you.
I know you must do.
So that one's going to slot right in there, look.
Oh, yeah. That's going to look really nice. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
It'll look unusual, isn't it? Because, like, on the picture, so it's basically going to look like that. And they use, like, white for the big hexes. And on the inside, they use different ones. And I decided to switch it and do the bigger version as the hexagons as coloured, and the smaller piece as the neutral colour.
So do you get how many pieces do you get?
It says 240. So there must have been two different designs in here. I don't know, because I don't have the pattern anymore. Because it does come with some triangles, but I'm just doing it with like the kite shapes, as you call them.
Where's a triangle? Oh, okay.
But Van der Waal says, I say, even if you are an expert, always be teachable. Totally. Totally. Yeah. I don't think some people are, though, are they?
No.
This is going to get fiddly, isn't it? When you get a few of these going. Let's get that one in there. I nearly did it the wrong way, that's why it didn't seem to look right, and it's going to flip back like that. Yeah. Aww. How cool is that?
It's lovely. I love the colours.
Anyway, let's say bye, Mum.
Bye, Mum.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching us. See you next week.
Take care, everybody.